Welcome back to the channel. Today is Christmas morning, and I decided that I'm going to work a little bit here this morning. 2182 needs a different grill housing. There's nothing wrong with this one, but I will show you the reason in a few seconds. Now, we're going to have to remove the Haven blade, and I'm going to show you how to do that, which is not awfully hard. I already have my block underneath in the center there. These are a little bit more difficult to put on to install than the regular conventional blade that you put right on a spread frame, but there's nothing like a Haven blade. With that curvature of that blade, it just rolls the snow over. Now, I plowed snow with a lot of different machines. I have quite a few videos on YouTube of me plowing with this machine. I plowed with skid steers, tractors, trucks, actually. I don't prefer the trucks because you can't see where you're going. John Deere Gators would push snow really well also, but I really think this is one of my favorite things to push snow with. I really like these large frame Super Cub Cadets. I think they're one of the best inventions ever made by Cub Cadet, to be honest with you. So I'm going to show you the reason why I'm changing that front housing out, and the reason is it doesn't have the right nose piece for these headlight bulbs. So we're going to, I already have one all painted up. I'm going to show you that a little bit into the video, but the first thing we're going to do is take off the Haven blade. We're going to start on the rear portion, and we're going to drop them pins there. We'll go to the front, we'll take out them bolts right there. Now them hold them on because the latch is just not enough to hold these blades on. They have that much pressure on them. So we'll start right out. I'm gonna put you in the stand. I will post some pictures so you can see the pins that I am removing, and because it's a little bit difficult to film this one right here. But eventually here we're going to have the hood off and everything. It shouldn't take awfully long to do it, and we'll go from there. Now there's the lever that raises it up and down. Now I'm going to take the back one off. And it should be ready to just right down. These handles here just pull off. This is a manual one. Eventually I'm going to put dual remotes on one of these machines so I can swivel the blade. And I'm going to do a video of putting dual remotes, I already have before, on a Cyclops tractor. It's actually a very easy job. Well, one thing I'm going to do is try to move the block forward the same as the blade, and the reason why is when I push it back on, it'll somewhat line up. They're very difficult to put back on. I think I need to slide it just a hair more. There we go. Next, we're going to take the side panels off. You be very delicate with these. You can see this one already has one peg that's broke off. It does have the bottom one. I don't plan on selling this machine, so I want to keep the original panels on. Like I posted before in another video, this machine here came out of a field. It was sitting for quite a few years. This right side's a little bit tougher to get off, and the reason why is because there's nothing holding it in this area right here. This machine was sitting for quite some time, The manifold was broke, has a brand new one on it. Was having problems in that one video. It was sputtering really bad. I put some Sta-Bil in it, and I really believe that it straightened it right out. Now, believe it or not, the muffler was in really bad shape. Of course, I had this side right here that was good, so I took a regular exhaust pipe, cut it, then put a spout on it and welded it. I'm not the best welder in the world, but it came out. I love the sound of this muffler. So I did make this muffler right here. It has an adapter right here to bring it down. The baffles are still in it, so that's why it gives it that growl sound. So next we're going to do is get a 1/2 inch, and we're going to take the front piece off. Have to use, takes a 1/2 inch, because I forgot to take the battery out of it. So I'm going to take the battery out, and I'll show you the reason for that in just a few seconds. Because it has this front bracket right here. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to get it put back together, but if you take the battery out of it, it'll make it a lot easier. So I'm going to get the battery out of the machine. Okay, now we're on the bench, and we're going to change out this front grill housing right here. This one's been repaired also. We're going to change it over to this style right here, and we're going to take the tape off and get it ready to install. The difference is you can see right here, that's where the headlights plug in. There's my lens. Right there is my grill. You can see the difference because these use the old halogen type lights here. So I'm going to change that out. And so now we're going to peel out the tape. I painted this one here. Used aerosol can that I get mixed up at a local parts store. I'll post that in a picture, but I'll show you the can in just a few seconds, how you use it. It's single stage, but it comes mixed, and then you hit a button, and it puts the clear in it and the hardener. It's a neat process. It comes in a can like this. Of course, you take your lid off right here. There's your spray. You activate it. I'm missing the button right there, but it has a button that pushes. You push just like this. It mixes in the hardener and the clear, and you spray it. It costs you about, this I think was about $33 for this can right here. It does an automotive type finish on it. Pretty happy with it. It looks really nice. I did get one of my hairs on there, but we're going to put the lens in next. I'm going to spray it a little bit with some WD-40. And there is, I just want it to go in nice and smooth. Don't want to bust anything. And there she snapped in. Now we're going to put the grill in last. Now I painted this grill right here, looks really good. It's not busted out in the exhaust area, but we're obviously not going to use the exhaust area. Now a lot of people ask me what holds the grill housing on. It's these flat pieces right here, and I'm going to show you when we install them how to do it. It's very simple. It's a great idea. They use these on the 82 series also. So we're going to leave the grill out. I'm going to put this off to the side again. Now, how to do that is really simple. All you do is take out all these screws right here. Now, there isn't much adjustment on one of these Cyclops hood. Right here, you have your adjustments right here. I cut a 7/16 wrench. I sliced it down quite a bit, ground it down, and you're able to get on the back side. I'll show you. You get on the back side to adjust them. These are studs that screw right into the hood. Be very delicate with these Cyclops hoods. They're extremely fragile. So we're going to take out the screws. I have a little shinier. This one needs to be clean, but I have a little shinier one we're gonna put in there. I'm kind of fussy. I like everything clean. I don't dare pressure wash that machine with the harness in it. You could see on the left-hand side, they have a lot of wires going into them. Then, of course, they have the coil, and then they have the distributor. And I don't want any moisture in it because taking a distributor out of a Kubota gas is quite a job. So we're going to change that out there. Here's the one that's repaired, and I glued it right in there. I used Permatex glue. I'll show you that in a picture, the Permatex cream weld, it's called. It repairs these front nose pieces really well. If you have John Deere hoods, it'll glue them right back together. They're hard to detect if you run it with tape lines on it to see where they're glued. So one of these days I'll show you a John Deere hood I repair. I just don't like messing with the John Deere machines as much. Probably isn't the smartest thing wearing gloves on this job. Don't tighten these screws up until you get them all in. And there we go. So now we're going to put it right on the machine. Now this is a little bit more difficult to do, and the reason why is we have to get this bracket up there. So we have to hold the bracket and hold that up to get the bolt started. Now you will use a little bit longer bolt on the supers with the batteries out front here. So it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. You can see all the wiring on this machine. Right there's the distributor on this machine, so you definitely don't wanna get it wet whatsoever. Now you can see how tight that is. I'll get a light how tight that area is with all the wiring and everything. But we're gonna have to hold this up and put the bolts in. I'm gonna take the hood back off, see if I have it lined up. This is quite a stunt show putting this back on. Well, I see my issue. What I'm going to have to do, and I forgot I had to do it on this side here. I'm going to have to grind some of this area off right in here so it'll go back far enough because of this area right here. So I have it ground now. Let's see if we can get that put right in there. You can see that I have quite a bit ground out of this area right here and right in this area right here. So we'll see if we can get it on now. Now you can see we have quite a bit cut off right there, ground out of the way. So let's see if this will go on now. Now we're on the right-hand side here now. This is a very, very tough job on one of these. You take a 1440 or any of them, it's real easy. Now, this video here, I'm gonna have to delete. The other side took me over 20 minutes to get. So. Now this side here wasn't so bad. I am going to keep everything loose. When I put the side panels on, I'll tighten these all up. With a Kubota motor, these machines are extremely tough to work on. There's no question about it. Love the Kubota, don't get me wrong, but they are just a little bit, so you can see how dirty the hood is from me touching it, but we'll get that all shined up. We're gonna tip this up right here, be very delicate with it. And we're going to hook up the headlights, and then we're going to put the side panels on, and then we'll tighten up everything. We'll get everything zip tied in, but we're going to put the panels on next. Make sure all the wiring is off, backed in there really well. Go to the other side. We're gonna go to the other side. That panel came off on that side, and then we'll put it down. Then we're gonna tighten it all up. Put the swing nut on the back. We'll go back over to the other side here. We're going to tighten this up. Here it is nice and tight now. Have a little bit of dirt there, but we should be in pretty good shape. We're going to pop that grill in. And there we go. Looks really good. Let's raise the hood up and see how that is. And we're in pretty good shape. So thanks for watching this video. This video here, I'm going to have to delete quite a bit out of it. The left-hand side here took me about 20 minutes to do. So had a little bit of a struggle. Had to grind the front of the grill housing to get it to fit around the battery tray. These weren't the greatest design machine in the whole world, but I do love this machine greatly. So thank you so much. Everyone have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on the next video.